This is the Redmi Note 13, and for some weird reasons, this is not just a regular device. One thing I like about the device is that most of the design elements are unique. What most manufacturing companies does these days is copy other designs, make few adjustments and launch their phones. This is not the case with the Note 13. There are a lot of features on this phone that is common on other devices, but then the build quality is different. I will talk about all these differences in this video and I'm sure you will like them. Since I don't like hiding the bad parts of phones, I will talk about them as well. So let's start with the key features. The camera has a 108 megapixel sensor and a dedicated mode for it, which is different from the normal 8 megapixel photo mode. The processor is just one interesting part of the phone. Instead of the normal MediaTek processor, the Note 30 is powered by the Snapdragon 6 nanometer processor. We will get to know how powerful this processor is by comparing it with other processors before the end of this video. There are three storage variants available: the 6GB RAM 128GB storage variant, the 8GB RAM 128GB storage variant, and the 8GB RAM 256GB storage variant. All these variants are exactly the same phone with the same design and functions. The only difference is their storage space. The price of each of these variants is not certain currently because of the recent fluctuation in Naira-dollar conversion rate. For example, the lowest variant was around 275,000 Naira earlier last month, but has long gone beyond that price. But you can check out their prices on Jumia. They sell at the official rate. And just to be sure that you are in the official store in Jumia, use the link in the description. In the packaging box, there you will find the SIM eject pin, a very sleek and nice bumper case, the device itself, a 33W fast charger, and a Type-C USB cable. The Redmi Note 13 has a creative design that sets it apart from other devices. For example, the camera setup at the back is unique, holding 3 cameras and a flashlight in their separate modules. The main 108 megapixel camera sensor and the 8 megapixel ultra-wide sensor have this protruding design that is really beautiful. The third camera is a 2 megapixel macro lens. The design of the phone features 2 speakers with very good sound that I will rate 8 out of 10. The SIM tray supports 2 SIM cards, but if you intend to use an external SD card, then you will have to sacrifice the use of a second SIM because there's only one space for SIM 2 and SD card. It has a very glossy mirror back, but I doubt if it is a glass material. The edges of the phone does not feature much curves, but overall, it is a pretty design. It is very comfortable to hold, doesn't feel heavy, nor does it look cheap. So yeah, this is a very nice design, simple yet elegant. It even looks prettier with the bumper case on. The bumper case not only protects the back of the phone, but also safeguards the display from drop down since it is slightly wrapped above the display. So last night, I had a dream that those who watched this video and refused to like and subscribe to my channel had the opportunity to jackpot to Canada, but lost that opportunity because their visa got denied. Damn! Don't let that happen to you, and don't say I didn't warn you. Like this video now and subscribe to my channel. Thank you in advance. About the processor, the Snapdragon 685. This is an interesting one because there's no specific MediaTek processor to compare it with. The Helio G99 is better with a score of 37 according to Nano Review. Helio G95 has 36 points, while the Snapdragon 685 has a total score of 34. The next MediaTek processor that is close is the Helio G90 with a total score of 30. So which of these processors should the Snapdragon 685 be compared with? Hard to say, but the good news is that the phone is very fast enough to handle multitasking and carry out heavy tasks. For example, when playing a heavy game with the phone, you will quickly notice how easy it is for the device to smoothly handle the game. It still struggles to handle these games in their highest graphics settings, but not in a way that you will enjoy because you will experience lagging and delay in action executions. Aside from the issue with the high graphics settings, everything else regarding gaming is very okay. And come to think of it, even if the phone can handle the highest graphics setting in a high graphic game, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone for the sake of the battery. Although I don't have any supporting evidence that high graphics settings drain batteries faster, it only makes sense to conclude that if it can stress the processor making it to lag, it can drain the battery faster as well because the processor will need more power from the battery for more work. There's no specific advantage of playing games on this device over other devices, but considering the size, it feels compact and just the right size for my palm. Before I talk about the camera, there's this guy Kelechi Oka, a fellow content creator here on YouTube who makes great review videos like this one. Be sure to check out that video and to subscribe to his channel as well. About the camera, one of the features I appreciate is the macro lens. It is not a bacterial level lens, so it still struggles to bring extremely tiny objects to life. but the little it can offer is very clear and sharp. I have seen a lot of macro lenses with 2 megapixel sensor, but their image quality is often discouraging. So this macro lens is worth the price of the phone. As I said in the beginning of this video, the 108 megapixel sensor has its own mode, but pictures taken with it have the same quality as the ones taken with the 8 megapixel sensor. The only difference is that the 108 megapixel picture can be displayed on a wider screen, like a TV, and still retain its quality. These are some of the basic features that you will find on the photo mode. This yellow icon opens the image filter where you can select the one that best fits your photo. The arrow button at the top opens a menu where you can select aspect ratio and do some other stuff. The Pro mode offers a lot of fine-tuning options and settings. You might want to play around with it and get used to it because it is worth your time. You can adjust the temperature of the image to warm or cool, sharpen the image and adjust the focus with this incredible accelerator. You can do all this before taking the picture. Here is a comparison of a picture that I took with the Pro mode and the normal photo mode. The overall quality of images from the camera is awesome and pretty reliable for day-to-day use. One last fine feature of the photo mode is the ultra-wide mode. This is what a normal scene should look like on a zero zoom level, but with the ultra-wide camera, you can still capture more space around. So you can take a picture in a tiny space and the ultra-wide feature of the camera will make it appear as if the scene is big. The camera supports 10 times zoom, and coming from the ultra-wide 0.6x zooming range makes it appear like a 20 times zoom. The Note 30 supports a slow motion mode with only 720 pixel resolution at 120 frames per second. There is nothing much to say here because this is just the normal quality from phones of this range we have seen so far. Finally, on the rear camera is the video mode. It supports video recording with the macro mode, a feature that is absent in most phones. In normal video recording, it only supports 1080p and 720p at 30 frames per second. There are two types of video recording on this camera. The 108 megapixel sensor records videos that you can zoom from 1 to 6x. The second option of video recording makes use of the 8 megapixel camera sensor to provide ultra-wide video capture. The zoom range is between 0.6x and 2x. You cannot switch between these cameras in one footage. Let's say that you want to zoom on something a bit far while recording with the 8 megapixel camera sensor. You will have to end the recording first, increase the zoom range to like 3x or more so that the phone can switch to the 108 megapixel sensor before you can start recording again. So I have said a lot, let's go to the front camera. These are some of the pictures I took with the 16 megapixel selfie camera and they are very sharp. Even in low light settings, you still get detailed pictures with less noise. These pictures are natural, not overly saturated. The focus level of the camera is also great with very good blur effect. Finally, this is what I got from the video mode of the front camera. Hello guys, this is the Redmi Note 13 and I'm recording with the front camera with 1080 pixel resolution right now. I think this camera is fine because normally if I'm making a selfie video recording like this, I would direct the studio light to face me, but right now I'm not using any studio lights and it just feels natural. The picture is not too dark and my face is bright and sharp, and I'm also sure that the audio quality would be great as well because I did some other audio tests and I really like the sound that comes from the speaker, so I'm very sure that the quality that is coming from this video will be still great as well. Joke apart, this is a perfect camera for a regular user, just that the price of the phone is a bit high, so one would expect even more features for this phone. On the display, it has an AMOLED screen of 6.7 approximate inches. The display has in-screen fingerprint sensor that responds very fast. The peak display brightness is 1800 nits, bright enough to clearly see an on-screen content under sunlight. It has a 1080 by 2400 pixel display resolution, protected with Corning Gorilla Glass Theory and a 120Hz refresh rate. Finally, the battery capacity is 5000 mAh, supported by a 33W fast charger. This is a nice phone and I would gladly recommend it. Only problem is it's a bit too expensive. Maybe 220,000 naira would have been okay. If you think money is not a problem, then you can go for it. Click the link in the description of this video to check out the price on Jumia. Click this video to watch the review of the Tecno Spark 20 Pro Plus and I will see you there.